Well, this is another one of the action cameras that I've had for a while. This one I've had for, I don't know, maybe 18 months or so. This is one of the SJCAM action cameras, of which I've got about 4, I think, at various types, because they've sort of been improving them over the years. They started off as GoPro copies, and they were fairly cheap. I've also got one of the copies of the SJCAMs, which were even cheaper. One in particular which is absolutely useless, but these particular cameras, the SJCAMs, I find were really good. And the first one I bought was the first action camera actually that I had, and I didn't buy a GoPro, and I bought an SJCAM because it was cheaper than a GoPro. I have got a GoPro, and frankly I would argue that the GoPro is not that better than any better than the SJCAM. But anyway, this SJCAM is another one which I've had for a while, and I don't use it that much. I don't know why. It's a convenient shape for many things. You just sit it down without any tripod or anything, and it just sits very, very comfortably. It's supposed to have 4K, which obviously isn't 4K, it'll be 2K. But it does have a lot of options. It's got all the regular options of different sensors. You can turn it upside down, you can do it burst, you can do it lapse, video, you can do so many things with it. And it is a good little camera. One of the things that really spoils it in my view, and why I don't really use it a lot, is the on-off button. This particular camera, all you have to do is just push the button, one touch, and the camera starts up. And it's proud of, this is a pretty obvious button. I mean, it's sticking up. It's not something even indented where it may not get touched. So, and it's immediately recording. See the blue lights flashing. So all I did was touch that raised dome. Just touched it, and the camera is now recording. Well, I used to carry this around sometimes and find that I had 20 minutes or something of recordings of the inside of my pocket or something like that. That is a really bad point with this camera. And funny enough, you have to hold it down to turn it off. So that's recorded just by touching it. But anyway, that being said, it's obviously got uses, and it does, I think, take quite a good picture. I have taken some good videos with it. But anyway, I think today we'll try it out, because one of the little options it had with it was this cradle. So we'll fit this on like that. That snaps on. You can still get to the buttons. That's got a very useful mount there at the top, which you can mount on a tripod, or hang it, so it could be hanging upside down. Sorry, that way. You could be hanging it upside down, or you can fix it on the bottom. So it's got a mount both ends. It's a very useful little mount, actually. In a way, it does protect the button, because you can hold the cube as it is, like that, and your finger is not near that little button, because that was the problem without this mount, this little cradle. It's so easy to just touch that button. Anyway, so we've got that, and then we'll get our magnetic clamp. We'll screw this on, and I think we'll try this camera, doing some filming with this camera stuck on the side of a car, and see what that looks like. I think the quality of this is very good, but the wind noise will be horrific, so we won't be able to use any of the sound, I don't think. The buffeting will be much too loud. Anyway, we'll try this one, see what that comes out like. Right, so we're going to stick this SJCAM somewhere on the 2CV. We'll use it. We'll try that. It's all looking a bit odd, but never mind. See what happens with the vibration. These cars do vibrate.